What's up everybody, this is Danny, and today I'm going to be unboxing and taking a look at the brand new second generation Moto X. Now this is supposed to be available for $99 on contract or $499 without contract, and the original Moto X was definitely a great value for its money, had the great feel in the hand with a lot of customization. So let's go ahead and take the new Moto X out of the box. As you can see, it looks different this time, and let's see what comes in the packaging. This is the black leather version, and yes, it is genuine leather, not that fake stuff, and you get the quick start guide and some other information there. You get the wall charger here, which is like their other ones where you actually get two USB inputs there. That's very nice. And you also get the standard micro USB to USB cord like you get on all the other Android devices, and you also get a SIM card removal tool so you can put your new nano SIM in. There is the brand new Moto X in all of its glory right there. You can see the leather version looks pretty nice. And here is the original Moto X right next to it, which had the 4.7-inch display, and the new one now has a 5.2-inch display, and it's bumped up to 1080p. And you can see that the back is definitely different, the camera placement is different, the materials are different, and also that dimple is much bigger on the new Moto X, and I'll show you that later on in this video. The notable change is the brand new 13 megapixel camera sensor with f2.25 aperture, and right below that is the dimple or the Motorola logo, and I'm not quite sure what to think about this yet since I really like the one from the original Moto. And up top you will see that you have an earpiece, the 2 megapixel front facing camera and your appropriate sensors, and on the right side is the power button and the volume rocker switch, exactly where I like it. And on the opposite side is nothing, just metal, and on the bottom you get a micro USB port and that secondary microphone on the back, and up top get the 3.5mm headphone jack and that nano SIM card slot. If you've ever used the original Moto X, then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to that dimple or that Motorola logo, and it was a great reference point for your finger. But since this device is a little bit larger this time, that reference isn't quite right, so it doesn't feel as comfortable as the original Moto X. But that ring around the camera is actually a flash, so if you were wondering what that was, then yes, that's the flash. So I definitely need to test this out, but very cool looking nonetheless. So let's go ahead and boot this thing up and talk about the specs a little bit. That is a 5.2-inch OLED display, which equals to 423 pixels per inch. It has a 2.5 gigahertz quad-core Snapdragon 801 processor with 2 gigabytes of RAM and the Adreno 330 GPU. It has a non-removable 2300 milliamp battery, a front-facing speaker at the bottom, and also comes in 16 or 32 gigabyte configurations. On the software side, you're going to notice a little bit of a difference here because it is running the Google Now launcher right out of the box. So you're going to get the latest stock Android experience on your brand new Moto X. Now, it looks like the UI is very fluid. The performance seems to be very snappy so far, so I'll definitely let you know in the full review how it holds up. It is running Android 4.4.4, so it's the latest right out of the box, and it's supposed to get an Android L update as soon as it's available. Now, on the edges of the glass, it has a slight curve to it, so it feels very good when you're swiping through the menus. But the one thing that I noticed is that this OLED display is definitely oversaturated, so you'll notice that right out of the box as well. But if you don't mind that, it's a pretty good display. It looks sharp. Now, those voice actions I was talking to you about with Moto customizations, they're here. There's a laundry list of these things that you can do, and I'll show you those maybe in the full review and see how useful they are. But here is an example of one of them.
Okay, Moto X, what's up?
Hello, Marco. The time is 6:33 p.m. Nothing much going on right now.
Next, let's take a look at the camera software. It looks very similar to the camera software that was on the original Moto X, and it gives you a little tutorial right here when you first fire it up. But the one thing that I noticed is that the shutter on this is very fast. As you can see, just tap on the screen to take a photo, and it's almost instantaneous here, so I'm very impressed with that. It's a very simplified UI, and if you want to take a video, you just hit that top button there, and then if you want to take a selfie, you can just hit that bottom button to flip the camera around. Or you can actually do a voice action and tell it to take a selfie, and it will do it for you as a part of the voice commands. Now on the left hand side, there is a ring of different settings, and if you go to the video, you'll see there's 1080p slow-mo also with the Ultra HD or 4K video recording, so that's great that they added this on, and I will definitely take samples of this and show you in a future video. And the resolution of the camera, you can get a 9.7 megapixel wide, or you can go to the standard 13 megapixel at its full resolution. I can't wait to actually go out and shoot with this thing and shoot 4K video and take some more stills with it. Just on first impression, it looks like it's doing a pretty good job, but make sure you stay tuned to the channel, for I will make sure I bring you more coverage on the Moto X camera. I hope you enjoyed the unboxing and tour of the brand new second generation Moto X. For the most part, I am digging the brand new build quality and the metal construction on the outside. I can't wait to see some of the other things that people make on the Moto Maker, especially the wood backs, and I want to see some customization for sure. And I think all around, I'm liking the software experience and the hardware construction, and I can't wait to test the rest of this stuff. So make sure you let me know what you want to see in the full review. I for sure am going to put it through its battery paces and test the camera and see how the software and screen holds up over time. So if anything that you want to see and have any requests, hit me up on Twitter at SuperScientific, and make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already for more high quality content like this. And thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.